Here we go now. Here we go now. All right. So, recording here. Basically, I've got a 10-minute clip here of me just playing college football. Basically going to just kind of show how I think about the game, go through it. As we can see right here, got my first national championship yesterday. And then I'm ranked pretty highly. I'll admit I'm not in the top conference. I tanked to win a national championship, but I have been in Heisman multiple times, and like there's over 1 million accounts, so I'm basically top 1/3, 1% or something like that. However, the people who are better than me are way better than me, and I'm gonna send a link in the comments to Civil and Swolismo, I think is how you say it. They're two YouTubers that just have great content, and I pretty much have learned everything from them. And yeah, basically, I don't know. I just wanted to add to kind of what they do with some play. So here we go. First thing, that's kind of my credentials, I guess. And here we go. So I play as Alabama, and they're the best team in the game. So Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas. Those are all the tier 1 teams. Those are the best teams in the game. Alabama's the best. Ohio State is second best, and then the next three, whatever they were, Georgia, Texas, Oregon. They're all good, but they aren't quite as good. And then if we go back there, you can choose to play tier. You can actually choose to play tier 5 opponents. So one way to kind of get easy wins is you can just do tier 5. And then if you don't find anyone, just do tier 4 and just slowly go up. I just did. If you want to farm some wins, that's kind of the easy way to do it. So whatever. And then yeah, we've got playing Kansas State here. And it ends up being in Manhattan. And then I think I kick first. Yeah. So basically, I'm going to run a nickel double mug, mid blitz 0, so 6 guys blitz. And then, yeah. So hang on. Okay, cool. I can mute the video. Sweet. That's actually, no one needs to hear that shit. Yeah, so basically, pretty much, you're going to have 5 guys playing man coverage. Then what you want to do is you want to user control a guy who is going to guard the tight end, and you want to come up to the line, and you want to guard the pass first. So, and then right away, always put ball carry on conservative. The pros do that, seems like every single match. And I don't know, just one more thing to do in the game, but basically you always want to set on conservative because losing a fumble can lose you the game, but not breaking a tackle is not a big deal. And then as you saw, I did it as I kicked off, so before I kicked off. And then always put this by speed. Civil and Swolismo, they talk about other things. There's other adjustments you can make there, but we'll just do that. So nickel double mug, blitz. Then see this guy, Saab. He's lined up on 83. So it's like alignment first, then assignment. And what you want to do is get this little blue dot here. You want this because then that means the AI. Because see how the AI blocks me? And then this guy who would have gotten blocked, he ends up making the play. So it's like you want to take advantage of what basically the software and the AI is going to do. And then so mid blitz 0 yet again. And then once again, I go back here. And now alignment first and then assignment. So always have these. Get the guy who's guarding the running back, let's just go back a little bit right before the snap. So like if you stay here, the problem is that this guy can just go over here and he's basically like open. He's so far ahead. If he does a direct snap and then runs over here, it's a disaster. So it's like the alignment you have to do manually, which is kind of annoying, but pretty much I try to center it, or I actually try to put it like basically square on him. The same thing. And it's just like, you can't do this. The default is just too bad because if he goes to the right, it just sucks. If he runs an inside zone this way or an outside zone, it's great that your guy's already here, but it's just too easy for him to just do quick like flats or like any sort of screen over here. It can basically be a disaster. So what I do is I align this guy, and then there's no tight end on this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this guy and just try to guard him. I don't even do a good job, but against it. You need to align the guy against the halfback though frequently in this formation. And as you can see, he gets through because there's only 5 guys blocking and you're rushing 6, so you're going to get him. And then this will become important later. Ryan Williams has 96 speed. The Texas cornerback, Muhammad or whatever, he's the only person who's faster than him who will be guarding him. So then as you can see, once again, I get that kind of alignment. And then see, I mess up. I'm actually supposed to be guarding this one. Guys, so I mess up. This guy is supposed to be guarding him, and then I actually mess up. Don't do this. You want to guard him. And if you think it's pass and it ends up being a run, that's not so bad. But if you think it's run and it ends up being pass, it can be a disaster. So he ends up punting here, but I basically am waiting. But yeah, as you can see, 3 plays, mid blitz 0, and then sell out to stop the run in the game. If you give up deep passes or one-play touchdowns, you can still win because your opponent isn't controlling the clock. But if your opponent can run the ball on you, you cannot. You will lose. If your opponent can just run 5+ yards, they can just gash you every single play, you will lose because they can just control the clock and they'll still score. So the way I play, just making sure that ball carrying is unconservative. So it's kind of simplistic and stupid, but I basically do goal line, HP sting, and if we actually go back there, it had, watch, it's something hilarious. Like, I've picked this play so many times. Look, 4,203 calls for an average of 6.5 yards. And then look at this, 51 times. Like, I never do strong toss. But basically, HP sting. It's better than the dive because you get more options. And people seem not to expect this kind of like weak side run. So trust me, goal line, this is just way, way stronger than people think. And this is particularly good. If I bounced outside, that would have been better. I tend to cut to the middle. I just take the easy yards. I just try to get first downs. But right there, I ran it bad. And then he figures it out throughout this game. I don't know if it'll happen in this 10-minute clip, but see, he does a little better there. If a guy's giving you problems, you can do right bumper and then down on the right stick to double team and then just pick the one guy. So I'll upload another clip hopefully later, but Oregon and Texas and Ohio State all have guys that are just monsters and you have to double team them. So he does the right thing here. He's putting more and more guys in the box. I hit that gap, but he's got the guy over there. Pretty good. And then I pretty much just do 2 or 3 plays, and this is my other play. So empty base trio, I'm doing double in. Hopefully I trigger here. Yeah, so as you can see, I call a lot of adjustments usually. I just send this guy deep. I don't like this. And then with this route, pull down on the left stick so that he like comes back to you when you throw it. That's a hint that Swolesmo and Sybil talk about. And then I love this. And then if they do normal cover 2, this is just open right away because the first layer will make kind of like a canopy of defenders, but you can get like 5 yards pretty easily with it. And then this ends up being super important. So right here, it's a single high safety. And so if he does press coverage, I love to just wait like a second and then just bomb this. And it can definitely be a touchdown. The other thing I like to do here is a zig route, and we'll show that later. And then it's really easy decision making because like once this guy cuts in, then he'll cut out, and if he gets to the outside of his defender, if he gets outside leverage, you just throw it all the way to the edge, and it's usually a very good play. So let's go ahead and see what happens. I think this ends up, yeah. So see, he presses, it's single high safety, then he presses, so I know this is my best bet, and then look, he's just gone. So it's like it's that's one very easy way to get touchdowns as Alabama or anyone with like a speedy receiver. So once again, if we just go back, single high safety, so I know he can't really get over there, and then press coverage, so then I know immediately, like, okay, and then this is also, the B is also, see how he didn't quite do as well, and that guy, he gets wide open. But Williams, 96 speed, no one can catch him except for Muhammad on the Longhorns, so I start dancing. I basically rarely, if ever, go for 2. I don't know, I just did it just in case, but pistol, just for something to talk about. So I like this play. I think these tight end little curl routes are basically the best for little short plays like that. And then if he gets covered, I just throw it to the running back Y. So there goes that. And then onside kick is stupid, but I'm not good at it. But the idea is that it's I say do normal kicks or low kicks. The AI struggles way more with things on the ground than things above their head. So if you need an onside kick, go low. You want the ball to basically be on the ground, and you want them to basically screw up trying to scoop it. So here, I'm just going this guy, And then what you want to do is bump him, so I get blocked. But see, I kind of do a decent job shedding it. He loses one. You cannot let people run. So I gun a slot, so I know that's going to be a tight end. So I know it's two actually tight ends, but same deal. You could do this guy too. Then same deal. I don't see that. See how open? That's a touchdown. He knew it. See, I messed up. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I think it's a run. So he goes, and I'm like, oh, it's a run. So then I try to hit him, and this is exactly what you don't want to do. You want to tap A to kind of slow this guy down and then just run with him. And if the opposite is true, if this ended up being a run, that's okay, because I wouldn't. But this could have been a one-play touchdown. But basically, he recognizes it too slow, kind of cracks under the pressure. I screw up there, but that was a perfect example of what not to do. So empty base flex. What I know. Okay. So what happens is empty base flex means that there's no one back there. And so if you do mid blitz 0, you will get a rusher through. There's only 5 guys blocking. You're rushing 6. Someone will get to the quarterback immediately. The problem is they tend to know that, and they kind of just throw it really quickly. And I don't know about most, a lot of people have some technique on how to beat you with that. So I try to avoid it. And then so what I'm doing, and this is the base coverage. Civil talks about this. Your base coverage is you want to do a cover 3 because it's very hard to get beat deep with cover 3. And what you want to do is actually do a shell, like a cover 2 shell. So if you see down there, I'm using a cover 2 shell here. Just click on the right stick once you select the formation, and then so it'll look like I'm doing cover 2, but I'm actually doing cover 3, and I like that a ton because it's deceptive, and it seems like you could maybe beat them deep. Because with cover 2, you can actually beat the safeties to the left or right, and it's difficult. You have to make a good throw, but you can get big plays on the sideline against 2 safeties. You can do it against 3 too. You can still even hit it in the seams, but it gets very hard. It gets very tight, and basically, that's kind of what you want. You cannot let your opponent run, and then the second thing is you have to stop over the top passing. You just don't want to get beat deep, and you basically want your opponent to make a bunch of short and medium passes, and eventually, you want to get a sack or a pick to kind of stall them out. So, anyways, I go to cover 3 sky. Shell is in the cover 2, and then the idea is that he is kind of figured out on blitz and empty base flex. I figure he's going for a quick pass. And then you want to user control someone doing a zone. So here I'm going to drop into this zone. Let's see what happens. Didn't do a very good job there. He kind of recognized the gap in the zone and did very good. So he just redoes it. So then I switch to mid blitz 0. So now what's going to happen is I will get to him, and then I'm just going to bump on. Because see, he was just, yep. And he did a good job there. He just backed up and he threw 8 QB pressure. So empty base flex again. Then I'm just going to go ahead and blitz again. I don't know. The cover 3 sky didn't work, and I think I can bump and grind on this guy. Oh, he just QB. Yeah, I did not expect that, but whatever. You have to sell off to stop the run. I didn't think he would run there, but if your opponent can run the ball, you're not going to win. So it's like, you gotta, at some point, especially in the red zone, you gotta be able to stop it. So same deal, alignment here. I don't actually switch. I would actually want to switch to this guy and play against the tight end, but I don't do that. So we'll just see what. Oh wait, yeah, I do. Okay, cool. And then boom, boom, boom. Do not do a very good job running with him. I think he was actually throwing it, but that's what's great about blitzing is you basically can get there in time. So yeah, I think you get it. Basically mid blitz 0, make sure that the guy guarding the halfback is aligned, and then you want to use your control an easier assignment. So this guy 86 seems like a tight end. He's a white guy, he's probably easier to guard, right? So anyways, I get the ball back. This is once again goal line, HB sting, and then pretty much do not hit the turbo until you pass the line of scrimmage. The guys will shed the block, so just push forward on the left stick and then hold off onto the turbo until you hit it. And if you have a better team, if you're a tier 1 like I am and you're playing tier 3, it's pretty easy to run. The AI is going to win most of the blocks. I probably should snap this when he goes offside, but see, I messed that up. I hit that leg. I hit the guy's leg. But there's these little details can have huge impacts, because like if I had bursted through that seam cleanly, that might have been a touchdown, but instead I only got 6 yards. But 6 yards is actually a huge success. You only need 4. In fact, you only really need 3 if you're going to go for it on 4th down. And then right there, that, you know, there's a pretty big gap. I didn't hit it very well. So whatever, but you get the idea. And then I go to double in, like I said. Excuse me. Like I said, I go to double in here. I pretty much run 3 plays. You've seen them all. But I do call a lot of adjustments out of those plays. But, you know, I keep it pretty simple, stupid. I got that KISS method, baby. So, once again, double in. So, we see no high safeties. It looks like it's man coverage. And then, look, I see the alignment's fucked up. So, whoops. Dang it. So, it's alignment and then assignment. So, look. I can tell right now he shifted and the AI has messed up. I'm not exactly sure if it's a zone or man or whatever, but look, no one's guarding Haynes. Like, the guys are like, see, no one's here. Literally no one's on him. This guy is supposed to get the right edge. So I just see the gap. I don't know. It's kind of a freebie, but yeah, if people move around like that with pre-snap, sometimes you can just see the gaps. So whatever. And I decided to go for it again. So same deal. It's just like I'm looking at this guy, and if he gets into the end zone, I just throw it to him in the way, you know, I target it. This one doesn't end up working out. And then you just target it. And then if he's not open, I just throw it to the Y. I just keep backing up, and then eventually this guy will get there, and then you just throw it to him. So this time I do a low kick. This one doesn't work either. I haven't figured out the angle and the power, but trust me, you want it low. That was too much power, but you want it low. They're way more likely to mess up if it's low than high. And basically, what'll happen is they'll just run past the ball and not get it. So that's it, man. I think that's all the gameplay we're gonna see. But pretty much, you got it. Mid blitz 0 is awesome. Make sure you get that alignment right on the halfback, and then you want to guard. You know, a tight end or just like one of the easiest to guard receivers. Make life easy on yourself. Go for a tight end or a slot receiver. Try to bump them by tapping A right at the beginning of the play, because a small amount of time is super valuable because you're blitzing super heavy, so it can help out. And yeah, play the pass first. As I screwed up on that one play and I could have given up a touchdown, but it ended up working out for me. So whatever. Yeah, I'll try to make more of these videos. I'll try to send. I'll put in links to Civil and Swolomo, but basically, yeah, so goal line, HB Sting, I think is just an amazing running play, and if you really get tuned up at it, you can just dominate, you know, people who don't have a good defense, basically, and then that double in route. And as you saw, if there's a single high safety or no safety, because they blow the alignment, and then they do press coverage, the second you get behind the guy, you can just lob it deep, as you saw in that first touchdown with Williams. So, yeah, that's basically it. I don't know. Alabama's the best team in the game. The quarterback's the most important position by far, and Jalen Milroe is a pretty busty. He has a couple game-breaking mechanics. He'll break a lot of tackles. Like, frequently, you'll get sacked, but then the AI will shed off the sack, and he'll extend the play. And that is just, it's pretty overpowered, pretty game-busting. And then Ohio State has their defense is the best unit in the entire game, but the game is offensively biased, and Will Howard just isn't quite as good as Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe is just too fast, so whatever. Yeah, I think that's it. I really hope that helps, you know, anybody, and pretty much, yeah, just go ahead and leave any questions or comments. I'll try to answer them. I don't really know. All right, cool. Wrapping it up. Bye.